Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry.
But first, Ocho, woo, Stephen Curry was cooking tonight.
When is he
56 points. He had 56, 12 made threes, 16 of 25, 12 of 12 from the free throw line. He outscored Orlando by himself in the third quarter, 22-21. It's his 14th 50-point game of his career. Steph Curry has nine made threes in NBA. He has 45 games, Ocho, in which he's made at least 9 threes in a game. The next closest is Dame Lillard at 14, and then Klay Thompson at 12. And if I'm not mistaken, if I read this correctly, I think if you take up the next 5, Steph has more, or he's tied with the next 5. So if you Dame Lillard, if you put in Klay Thompson, I think J.R. Smith is in that group, but it's about 5 other guys that have made at least 9 threes in a game. And if you combine the next 5 highest, I think Steph still has more than all those guys. He was on one tonight, and we've seen this throughout his career. Once he gets cooking,
he cooking.
You just hope you can weather the storm. And you got guys. Paulo Banchero was cooking also, but not till he wasn't on fuego like Steph was. I don't know if you saw this game, Ocho. Did you take a look at this game?
No, I didn't have a chance to look at this game. Obviously, I was asleep, when this game was going on. I'm just waking up from a nap, so I could have the energy I needed tonight. But when I look at the stat line, I look at how efficient Steph was, from 3 and his numbers at the free throw line, it just comes back to is this something we're not used to? Is Steph even human at times? Because we've seen him put up these type of performances, throughout his career, and like you said, when he gets hot, he gets hot. So it's like, okay, yeah. Oh, Steph dropped 56. It's like, okay, nothing new. We're used to this. We've seen, you know what I mean? In a sense, we've seen this before. So, it's Steph. And
Steph has 45, Dame has 14, Klay Thompson has 12, James Harden has 9, Anthony Simons has 5, CJ McCullough has 3. So if you take J.R. Smith has 5. So if you take those next, if you take Dame, Klay, James Harden, Anthony Simons, and J.R., they have the same number. If you throw in CJ McCollum, now you got 6 guys, and they have 3 more 9 made threes in a game than Steph Curry.
Man, that's crazy.
He is the greatest shooter that we've ever seen.
Yeah.
The way he can shoot, there isn't a bad shot. Once upon a time, man, that's a terrible shot. There is no terrible shot for Steph Curry.
Not for him.
And what's most impressive? Yeah, shooting the basketball is impressive, but it's Ocho. It's the continuation of running. Do you understand what type of conditioning this man has to be in? Because when you get tired with anything, you get tired of running around, Ocho. You're like, woo, hands get lazy, eyes get lazy, head get lazy coming around, all that stuff. And for him to put that kind of running in, because he's coming off screens continuously. He's one side, long rebound, he'll reset, goes back up with it again. For him to be able to do this throughout the entirety of the game is unbelievable. I'm glad I've got an opportunity. I'm glad I'm old enough and I'm wise enough to understand what I'm witnessing, because there have been some great shooters, but they've been nothing like this young man. He is phenomenal at shooting the basketball, and every accolade or superlative that you want to bestow upon him, he's more than deserving of that. Model citizen, doesn't get in any trouble. You don't have to worry about him hearing his name off the field. Wife, 4 lovely kids, and he's what you want your franchise. You say, well, okay, he's a franchise player. That's what you want your franchise player to look like.
Yes, sir.
That's what you want your franchise player to be. He's been a great ambassador for the NBA. He's been a great ambassador for the Curry family. There's nothing that his mom and dad should ever, nobody in his family should ever be ashamed of anything, because the way he speaks, the way he conducts himself on and off the court. Take a bow, Steph.
Yes,
you was on one tonight. Whatever you ate today, Steph probably he gonna send them, go get that again.
Yeah.
We're going to take that on the plane. We're going to wherever we go next. I don't know if they play in Miami or they head down to Atlanta because they're probably on the East Coast trip, Ocho. Hey, whatever you ate before the game, whatever you did before this game.
Same routine.
Oh, yeah.
Same routine.
I don't know if he's superstitious or not, Ocho, but if I'm him, to have a game like this, think about it, Ocho. I'm sure when you had those big games, those a couple of 200-yard games.
Oh yeah,
like, man, what did I do today?
And you know what's funny? Most of the time, when you have those big games like that, you get your drug test the following morning because the NFL thinks something wrong with you, and you go back and try to remember exactly what you did.
Right,
Unc, you can't even remember because at times it don't be nothing special. It just one of those days where everything just seems to go right.
Right. Well, I don't know why Steph Curry get drug tested because if he taking drugs, they backfire. They ain't working. So whatever he taking, he needs to take more of it or leave it alone. This episode of Nightcap is brought to you by Cologuard, a non-invasive colon cancer screening test. Did you know colon cancer is considered one of the most preventable yet least prevented cancers? When caught in the early stages, colon cancer has a survival rate of 90%. So screening and early detections are key to reducing overall colon cancer deaths. That's why the American Cancer Society recommends that if you're at average risk, you begin screening for colon cancer at age 45. And a convenient way to do that is with Cologuard test. The Cologuard test allows you to be in control of your colon cancer screening through prescription-based tests delivered to your door with none of the prep that's required for a colonoscopy. No liquid prep, no days off, no invasive procedures. Plus, Cologuard test is affordable. Most insured patients pay $0, and a follow-up colonoscopy is needed after a positive Cologuard test. This is usually covered by insurance also. So if you're 45 years of older and at average risk, you can ask your healthcare provider about screening for colon cancer with the Cologuard test. You can also request a Cologuard prescription today at Cologuard.com/podcast. The Cologuard test is intended to screen adults 45 and older at average risk for colorectal cancer. Do not use Cologuard test if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease, and certain hereditary syndromes, or personal or family history of colorectal cancer. The Cologuard test is not a replacement for colonoscopies. High-risk patients' Cologuard test in adults 45 to 49 is estimated based on a large clinical study of patients 50 and older. False positives and false negatives can occur. Cologuard is available by prescription only. But like I said, there have been some great shooters. Larry Bird was a great shooter. Reggie Miller was a great shooter. Obviously, Clay, Dame Dollar, arguably the Ray Allen. James Harden could let the ball go.
Yeah.
We've never seen anything like Steph Curry. I'm not so sure we're going to see it again. Now, there might eventually somebody down the line might make more threes, but I think we can definitively say, even if they make more threes, they weren't a better shooter than Steph. They just because Steph what created this, brought this wave in to taking that many threes because it was Golden State that was shooting 30 threes a game. Now you get some guys, they shooting 50. Teams shooting 50 a game, so guys coming in shooting more threes. But as far as just flat out shooting a basketball,
nothing better than him.
We got an opportunity to see it on full display at the Olympics.
Oh yeah,
remember Ocho that last game against France
in crunch time when we actually needed it.
They had him double. He passed it to KD. KD swung it back to him. Hey, as my good friend Mark Jackson say, can I have this dance?
Yeah.
Hey. Between the legs, behind the back, crossover, step back, 28 feet, splash.
However you want it. He can cover. Listen, like you said, not only is he the best shooter, he can create his own space.
Oh, yeah. He got crazy.
Hey, listen, he coming off picks, running plays, creating his own space. All he needs a little bit now. Because his release is so quick, Unc.
Yeah.
His release is so quick. It's like, man.
Because the thing is now what he's done before, what he didn't do earlier in his career, he'll put the ball on the floor and go by you.
Oh, yeah.
So if you hug up on him, he got the kind of handles that can put the ball on the floor, and he got a nice float game. He can finish. Now, he's going to go finish above the rim like a Russ or like a D. Rose could, but he can finish. Nice float game, and you know you foul him. He's the greatest free throw shooter and percentage-wise in NBA history. So he's really hard to defend because you want to get aggressive and not let him – because he's looking to get separation, and all he needs is an inch. He gets that separation, and the next thing you know, he's launching one. And but it was unbelievable to watch him get in that zone and to see guys get in the zone. Guys ain't usually get in the zone like this from distance. We've seen guys get hot, Ocho, and they'll lay the ball up and they got the mid-range game, but he's shooting from distance.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 22, crazy. 25, 28.
Hell, 25. The logo.
He got that kind of range. He has that kind of handles. He's unbelievable to watch. And I don't know. I might have to reassess what I think about the Golden State Warriors because I didn't think they was going to do that. They still got an uphill climb because they were I think 10th when Stephen and I had this conversation on Tuesday. And so they got some digging because they're still in the play-in currently.
Right.
I'm not sure how much ground they can make up to get out of that play-in. I think you got to get to at least the 6th seed to get out of the play-in. We'll see. But Steph Curry carried him tonight. Jimmy, nobody did anything other than him. But when you got a guy like that, all you're doing is sitting picks and getting them the basketball.
That's it.
I ain't trying to interfere with that. I ain't trying to get no shots.
So if he hot, let him cook.
Yeah. Let Chef burn it. No, don't cook. Let him burn it down. Burn this mofo down.
Yeah.
But he was on one tonight, and like I said, when he gets going like that, it's just like Ocho. You see, like it is a guy catches a bunch of passes. Once he gets it going, Chase. You see Chase and Jetta, and you see these guys get going.
Right.
You at their mercy. Once a lineman get going, you let a Myles Garrett or you let a T.J. Watt. They get a couple of sacks early. You got your hands full the rest of the game now. You better double him. You better chip him. Now you better, that's a all pro over there left tackle. That's an all pro. I don't care.
That don't mean nothing.
Not when the guy's getting it going like that. You kind of at their mercy. And when Steph gets it going, and these guys, I mean, you talk about anybody, Dame, Clay. We saw Clay the other night get it cooking, and he was something special going on.